Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is David Palmer, Leo King, and we're here live for spiritual dance music for this new moon in Aries on March 24th of 2020. Brought to you by High Vibe TV. Make sure that you join us at highvibe.tv to get access and become an exclusive member. We also do this show free on highvibe.tv. You can stream this on any of our apps on Apple TV, iOS, Android, Roku, and Amazon Fire, or our awesome website with pop-out, and it's got where you can cast it to anywhere that you've got any new technology within the last couple years. Anyway, we are here to do this show always. This has been my longest running show where I combine the astrology, I combine the tarot, and a prayer, always on the new and the full moons, and bring it all into a live dance music mix. And this show has been something that has evolved over 10 years. And I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that always joins the show, because this show is all about the collective, especially doing it live and bringing people together during these moments that are very powerful in time, which always are these lunar cycles. And for us, especially on a new moon, it's about setting our new intentions, especially more than ever with this new moon in Aries, being all about the new year, the new time that we are stepping into. Not only in astrology is when the sun coming into Aries at the equinox, the start of the new year astrologically, it is in Vedic astrology, the new moon at this time, that is also the start in that system. So we are at a total new start. And this is also with Chiron that happens to be with this new moon. Massive, massive moment for us of vulnerability, accepting the identity of these times, and at the same time becoming the ultimate light workers and healers. The more that I keep looking at the astrology, the more that I keep looking at this time, and I know it looks crazy, and I know it can have a lot of fear attached to it. All I keep seeing is that we were all here for this moment for the biggest reason that we all got called here for. For those that know, those that have been doing the work, those that have been stepping into this higher calling in their life, this is that moment. This is our activation. It's no longer a drill. This is the moment in our lives where we are going to step into really being the healers of the world, really setting the precedent of a more beautiful, much more positive love-based energy in this world. And this new moon in Aries is exactly the halfway point between eclipse points. That's because we had an eclipse on December 25th or 26th, depending where you are in the world, of 2019. That was that 4-degree sun and Jupiter and moon eclipse that was in Capricorn. And here we are, bam, right on the other side of this, at this really interesting cornerstone here. Now, whenever we're at a big new moon square the nodes, it is the farthest away we could be from an eclipse. So just remember that. And remember that at this moment, we have now turned the corner about what this 6-month cycle of the eclipse was about from then. And so this is a time where we really have to start to find that individuality. But that individuality is of letting go of the way that we want to see things. And I've been saying that a lot lately. And I think it's when we attach ourselves to the way we think the world should look, the way that we think the gears should be turning, with the South Node in Capricorn and with all these major planets, Jupiter, Pluto, and Mars. These are intense planets. Saturn just went into Aquarius this last weekend on the 22nd, just a couple days ago. We are in a whole new world. And with Jupiter and Pluto meeting for the first time in Capricorn in all of our lives and in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, literally, this is a moment where we have seen so much over this last 12 to 13 years since Jupiter and Pluto met in Sagittarius, and now it's meeting in Capricorn, and we've never seen this in our lives before. And plus, even if you go back to when it could have been seen in Capricorn, they didn't even know Pluto was there. So this is the most intense Jupiter-Pluto that could ever be, especially since we've been feeling this energy of Pluto and Capricorn since 2008, and we've been waiting for Jupiter to actually pass Pluto. Remember that in 2008, Jupiter did come into Capricorn as well, but it was ahead of Pluto because it passed Pluto in Sagittarius. This will be the first time that Pluto is going to pass, or Jupiter is going to pass Pluto in Capricorn in our lives. So all the energy since this time, especially end of 2007 and 2008, is all coming up now into this moment of what it was all about. What is the whole entire point of this whole entire life, and trying to identify it. I know that we can get distracted in these other things in the world. I mean, you know, there's a big part of me that's always done news astrology, and I've done everything from Astro Gossip with Christopher Witecki on Soul Garden to Astro Buzz to Astro Mingle at one time in my life on Soul Garden. And, Craig and I have this news show we want to do. And we were talking. It's like, well, what else is in the news right now? Like, there's nothing in the news except CV and financial stuff. That's it. I actually enjoy the stories about the little dog that saved the woman from the robber at 7-Eleven, and why did that happen in the astrology? Well, we're not seeing any of that anywhere. And so this is actually a big moment for us to realize, where are we putting our energy? Where are we putting our energy right now when it is so fixed right now in this control energy of the narrative and how the narrative will look and it should be? And you know what? I'm here to tell you that anytime that the South Node is with any planets, especially Saturn, which we've had for the last couple, especially the last year, since November of 2018, so even a little over a year and a half now almost, there's been the narrative of this controlling energy all over our lives. Remember when the South Node was with Neptune in 2016 and was squaring Saturn? Why do you think that whole idea of the media got weird and everything got confusing and everything got so wish-washy? Because the media is ruled by Neptune and Pisces. And so anytime the South Node is with planets, it feels so real in our face. But you can see the illusion behind it all. And I'm going to just be real with you all here. This new moon is about becoming aware of the illusions. The illusions, especially that some system is going to control everybody, that everybody is doomed, that everything is over. Jupiter and Pluto enhance the fear. It enhances the transformation. Which one are you going to pick? But it also is a point to where you have to remember that with the South Node, it is always a desert. It is always the illusion. So whatever master plan is trying to work right now will be foiled, especially with Saturn now in Aquarius here till July. Sure, a lot of astrologers are going to say, well, it comes back in July, and then we're going to see Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto still together in Capricorn from July until that, end of November, December point. Well, I'm here to tell you, and the nodes will have changed, but I'm here to tell you that it's how we all react and how we all set the intention now, that affects how the rest of this year will go on the next equinox, which is one of the most intense, I don't know if you've seen the astrology yet, of October of 2020. But with that full moon cycle in Aries and that big squares to all that stuff, and man, with Mars retrograde at the same time in Aries, I'm just here to tell you all, we need to understand that the intention we set right now, 6 months from now, is going to be what we get. And we all need to right now redefine and reprogram the identification of the way that comes from a more vulnerable, beautiful, and positive space, one that fills the emotional need and comforts in our life, and not allowing ourselves to be victims. That's what Chiron represents deeply, is this feeling of victimhood, whether you give too much and don't receive, or you feel like the weirdo, or you feel like that you just don't have the goods. I'm here to tell you that we all have to stop this victim mentality. We all have to step into Aries, which is passion and courage and direction and leadership in many ways. So there's a lot to talk about with this new moon. I mean, we have Venus in Taurus, which is its best placement, and it is going to be trining this Jupiter-Pluto transformation. So when I see that, it reminds me that there's hope. Go watch this middle of the week, especially on Thursday, when you're going to see the moon in Taurus, crescent moon, waxing on top of bright Venus right after sunset. The two energies of the moon and Venus that love each other, and it's the most best feel-good energy, are going to be in the best placement that they can be all year. And I know you might be thinking, well, I don't see that in the world right now. I'm here to tell you to go look at that conjunction point, and you can see it in the sky, and believe that there is a more pure, beautiful, greater life that we all have to start to focus on in our life. This Capricorn energy is telling you to have integrity now. We already went through Jupiter, Pluto, and Sagittarius. You had plenty of options over the last 12, 13 years. You had plenty of experiences. You had plenty of travel. You had plenty of opportunities to understand and see this world. And now it's in Capricorn, and now it's telling you to fixate, especially when it comes to the cardinal understanding of a direction in your life that is meaningful, that has purpose, that no longer can we just be, well, I don't know. Now it must be, I know where I'm going, and I know what I'm here to do. The universe is not accepting, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. And that's when you're going to feel scared and fearful and timid and unsure of yourself, because especially with Chiron and Aries, especially with the Mars retrograde that does come in September, October, and November of 2020 in its home sign, you are not going to have a fun time after this new moon. Even you probably haven't been having a good time if you don't know how to set initiative, don't know how to set the tone, don't know how to set what you're doing with your life and what your purpose is. That's where everything is transforming now in life. No longer anything without a purpose. It's going to feel lost. It's going to feel unknown because there will be no comfort in knowing where you're going. And that's the ultimate thing with the North Node in Cancer. Remember, the North Node isn't too happy in Cancer because it's the moon's home. And Rahu and the moon do not like each other, especially since Rahu believes that the moon was one of the people that perpetrated the whole deal of cutting off all the demons' heads. So, poisoning them, technically. So, it's time for you to step up and know what you're here to do. And sitting around and living in Sag world is not going to be the place to be. Nothing against Sages. Everybody takes my astrology as like I'm picking out signs when I'm talking about the collective conscious and the understanding of consciousness behind the zodiac. But with the South Node getting ready on May 5th to come into Sagittarius, and we are close to that. We're already here at March 24th. We're almost a month away, okay? We just have a new moon left in 2 weeks, and then we got a full moon in a month, and then we are going into a North Node in Gemini for 18 months. I'm here to tell you this is a time to where you have to take initiative in your life, and you have to get over your insecurities of your identity, your insecurities of defining things. I always love Aries because I can always tell when somebody has something wrong with Aries in their chart or the first house in their chart, because it's like they don't know how to define the noun in their life. I want to be happy. I want to have fun. I want to do this. Is verbs. But nouns are person, places, and things, and definitive identities of a sentence structure. And you need to start to look at life in that way. You have to. And if you don't do that, it's going to be very difficult. These are all cardinal energies. This is Aries. This is defining energies. And Mars is still in Capricorn, exalted, and about to head towards Saturn on Monday night. That's coming up here on the 30th and into the 31st, the conjunction point at the end of this month. And this is a very intense transit because if you're not focused and you don't know the direction you're taking with your life, Mars and Saturn together can be the most focused person on the planet, or it can feel like nonstop blocks for what it wants. Without focus, without drive, without initiative, and without knowing what you came here to do and connect with and to build a better world, it's going to be a difficult transit, but it can be the most positive right now in life if you start to see that you have to step up in yourself and you have to step up to the energy that you got brought down here for. And whether you're just joining the team of being awake or just joining the team of being conscious, I'm here to tell you that you have to go deep inside and know within yourself what it is. That cannot be told to you through somebody else. It cannot be told to you through whatever. You, at the end of the day, have to know that within your heart, and only you and God will know that. Let's take a look at the tarot. We'll see you in 1 sec. right, welcome back to Spiritual Dance Music. This is where we're going to do the tarot right now. Remember to set the intention through this time right now. And of course, I always do that during the prayer after this tarot reading, but we're setting the intention of identifying the life that is from spirit and identifying the life that is from the ultimate, more pure, emotionally comfortable place instead of identifying through a illusion of control and fear. But you have to have definitions. You got to have some nouns. Maybe go get an old Mad Lib book, start writing in, or get a crossword puzzle. Remember crossword puzzles? They'll help people that have issues with defining what they're doing with their life or not defining who you are. Because unfortunately, I hate to say it, Aries is about identity and ego, and that's the first zodiac sign. And I know that the spiritual world loves to say that it's not about ego, and I'm here to admit that too. But I'm also here to tell you at the same time there's a reason why God has Aries as the first sign, meaning that we do not know even what God is without an ego. We don't even know what a name is. You don't know that this is black and that this is gray and that this is a tarot card. So if you can't understand identification of things, how in the hell are you going to understand anything else in your life? And if you don't know how to do it for yourself, then you're going against God in many ways because you're not going to define why you are here, what you're here to do. And that's just like being a blank sheet of paper. And there's nothing more disturbing in the spiritual realm than that. Believe it or not. Especially now. All right, let's take a look and see what those cards have to say for this new moon and what it's going to be like for this next lunar cycle for this next month. Coming into a north node moving from Cancer into Gemini, which of course we haven't seen for over 18 years. By the way, I was born with that alignment. I must be getting old. All right, first card that we got is the Five of Pentacles upright. So when we get the Five of Pentacles upright, you got to remember that this card is all about victimhood, feeling homeless, feeling starved, feeling without food, feeling that you've just been given the worst hand. I always do love this card, though, because it's so simple. All they have to do is go to the church, but it's almost like, no, we're too good for the church. It's like, it reminds me of like this ultimate feeling that things aren't going the way that you might not want them to go and that you don't have the ability or there's no help around. It's the illusion that you feel that way. There's plenty of help. I know, since I live in LA and I see a lot of homeless people all the time, and I've been homeless before in my life twice. But when I see it and I see that LA just opened up all the rec centers, 42 of them, and made them there, it's like the homeless people don't want to go in there. It's like, why? It's like, it's been raining the last couple weeks, you know what I mean? There's like CV rolling around, but, you know, there's that whole part of why, when there's so much goodness and greatness around right now in your life, why don't you go for that and accept that instead of, it's a weird card because Five of Pentacles always reminds me of somebody who's just going through hell but wants to stay in hell. Why? When God's reaching a hand out to pull you out right now. You need to ask yourself that question right now in your life. And when it comes to this new month here and this new lunation cycle and this new year, to not let that be the definition of who you are anymore and to accept the beauty and the love and the happiness and the greatness that is right there instantly. Second card that we got is Queen of Swords upright. So guess what? She knows exactly where she's going. So once you're able to get through that weird energy and when you finally go, why? Yeah, I'm not going to stay in hell anymore. I'm not going to stay in this victim mentality. Queen of Swords knows where to go. She is always directly looking at what she wants in her mind, and she's a little bit cold. That means she's not going to accept things that don't make sense. She's not going to accept anything that especially has to deal with some sort of old, weird, you know, whether that's a belief system or especially whenever you're dealing with the Five of Pentacles, you're dealing with some sort of worth energy, like worthlessness. She ain't gonna accept that because in her mind, logically, she goes, why would I go through that bullshit or why would I stay through that bullshit? I'm gonna move into the energy and I know where I'm going. So this is a very important time to realize that unless you get rid of any victim energy, especially with Chiron around, I think Five of Coins is definitely the Chiron card if I were to pick it in tarot. But I would definitely say that the Queen of Swords means that we get much clarity once we deal with any victim energy in ourselves, once we get over the energy of feeling, you know, I know it's vulnerable, I know it's insecurities that come up, but that goes right away, and we come right into the understanding of a much more positive, much more clear road in our life. Our challenge card that we picked is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So this is definitely dealing with the challenge right now in life where people feel insecure about their financial future, insecure about their self-worth, insecure about their ability and knowing their value of themselves. It doesn't matter what the outer environment is. Remember that the Queen of Pentacles knows that she has all the abundance that surrounds her, nature, the universe. Everything within yourself is what creates the outer world. If you don't know that value within and you're not comfortable with it, and you don't know how to take care of yourself from the inside, and this has to do with the physical elements of creation and manifestation and knowing your value, then how are you gonna do well? So you might get through the victimhood, you might have a solid idea, but with the Queen of Pentacles reversed here is the challenge. It's like, are you gonna actually execute it? Are you gonna believe that you know you have that power and actually do it? Because she already knows, she saturates in it, she sits on her throne and she knows it and she owns it. Are you gonna own this power? And not the power of victimhood, but the power of clear insight and knowing who you are and where you're going to take life right now. We got the Ten of Wands as the overall card here. So yes, it feels like there's a lot of weight on people's shoulders right now, and it feels like we're right at the end. It almost feels like, I always use this one with this card. It's like, okay, you just went to the grocery store and you got the whole trunk full and there's 18 groceries and you're going to get them all in one load. And then you're going to go up 4 flights of stairs. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to do 2 loads. You want to do 1. I'm that kind of guy. I got my pinky with, gallons of this, and this pinky's holding, I don't know, gallons of that. And I don't know how my hands hold it up there, but it's that last step, and then you're right at the door, and then I don't know if I could do it. There's that feeling right now overall. But I think that with the Ten of Wands, you need to remember that you're at the end of a long journey here where you have been putting a lot of work in. And the Ten of Wands, though, can take on a lot. So you need to start asking yourself, what are you taking on in your life? Is it too much? Is it too much? Is maybe the challenge of why you don't feel like you can manifest because you keep taking on too much in your life, or you're not willing to take on too much? That's an interesting thing. I would say that with the Ten of Wands, it's about reaching the end of the journey and the finish line, and that we've all been taking on a lot, but taking on a lot to be better in our lives. I think what this challenge of the Queen of Coins is saying in reverse, that maybe there's people who aren't willing to take on the load of life. Maybe the load of life is too much. When really, right now, we all have to take the world as it is and know our power and what greatness we have to bring to it. Right now, the world is at everybody turn off, nobody know their power, and let's just see what happens. Guess what? Nothing's going to happen until people step up in their lives, until people step up into understanding what they're here to do and keep doing it. That is the only way to do it, and you have to learn how to deal with it in times. I mean, I'm locked in my studio. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm at my house, not like I'm commuting. I've been locked in here for over a week. So, guess what? You're going to have to step up now on this new moon and start to realize that we all have a purpose. We all have a worthiness from God. You just weren't down here to eat chips and watch TV. I'm sorry. God did not spend all of creation to make that happen. If you really think about it, and you really think about the amazing creativity and the beauty, as I'm sitting here on this beautiful wall that 100 people did on 12/12 of 2019 here at High Vibe, or just all the way that it just blows my mind as somebody who's a creative for a living, that every minute there's a new thing to create. Every minute there's a great thing that God shows in my life and around me, that there's so much beauty to make and to create and to bring positive energy to the world and to change people's lives, and that you can do that no matter what's going on in the world. Because all I keep hearing is about what is not possible anymore, where you cannot go. Why don't you create the world? I've just created a world for you with Craig tonight of where we can go into a different world tonight, under the same restrictions that you watching right now are under. Spiritual advice card is the King of Wands upright. This is where people got to step into the ownership of the highest heart. The King of Wands upright totally knows 100% in its heart, in its power, in its creativity, and in its love, its divine love of what to create. So, a really interesting spread here for this new moon, because it starts off shitty Meaning you got to deal with your shit and your insecurity issues and your ability of feeling that you're victimized and you can't get anything done. When there is a beautiful church waiting for you, there's a beautiful energy around you of God and the universe that's there to help you if you're willing to get rid of this whole victim thing and keep owning it. Queen of Swords upright. She knows exactly where she's going. She's not going to deal with any bullshit. And she's going to focus on a space. She's not going to get distracted. That's why she feels cold. You know, if you're like, let's say you're focused on something and somebody keeps calling you and you're like, hello, I'm doing this. Sometimes it's not rude. Sometimes the person that's calling on you is rude because it's a distraction to what you're focused on. And maybe that thing of focus is actually something that's saving somebody's life, like watching the surgery table go down and you're like watching the robots do something. Who knows? Whatever it might be. You got to realize that in life, this is a time to be focused. And maybe it's about focusing on where the insecurities are of owning your power, owning your value, owning what you're manifesting here, taking on the load of life and not being afraid to take it on and realize that sometimes it does get heavy. But I'll tell you, as somebody has dealt with the heaviest loads of my life ever, it is worth every moment of it because it is full of a load of just the things I love, the creativity I have, and the beauty and the happiness of the things. And there's some days when I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to keep going. There's no way I'm going to be able to keep doing anything in life. But that is so untrue because it is those moments when it feels the hardest that it is the greatest and it is the biggest payoff. And we got the King of Wands upright as a spiritual advice card. It is time for you to own that heart and step on that throne and love fully. This is a time, and I know that term gets thrown around right now like it's freaking a hot potato, but it's like love is so much more than the love of a partner, the love of the world, the love of God. Love itself is creation, the creation and the knowing that you are a divine creator within yourself because God is within you and using you as the story of love and creation and accepting that story and owning it. I'm going to pull a couple cards for relationships during this one. We did get, the King of Wands on this deck. So we got two King of Wands back to back. But, you know, whatever makes you feel the most happy in your life and you know it in your heart, that's what you're supposed to do. You'd be an idiot to do something that you're not fully all the way into that you don't want to own as the throne. The challenge that we got for this one is, the Sun card. So if it's not part of your inner child, if it's not really making you feel like you truly can go be free into your true self and be yourself. And I think that the challenge with this one, especially if we got two major arcana back to back, and especially with the King of Wands and a Sun card, King of Wands isn't a major arcana, but we got the Sun card. I will say that there's issues in partnerships if people don't know how to truly be in their soul's childlike energy fully. And, you know, as a child, you had no questions about what you were, what you didn't like, what you didn't want to be. You knew exactly what you wanted to be for Halloween. You knew exactly what candy you liked. You knew exactly which bicycle you wanted to ride. You knew exactly which park that you wanted to play with your friends. You knew exactly which friends you liked and which ones you didn't. You knew exactly who your crush was and who was not. Because you were in a definition of yourself. When you get older, you start to lose that. You start to doubt yourself. And so anybody in partnerships right now with people that are doubting themselves or don't know that, that's going to be a problem. Because how does a King of Wands, the energy of knowing and owning your love and your heart and connection to the universe, how are you going to be with anybody who does not know exactly what they are, does not know deep inside themselves where their inner child is, knowing how to be in that energy of that excitement? And our overall card that we got for relationships, it's funny I pulled this. It's the Three of Cups, but we have to pull this other deck because it was this. So it's the Three of Cups mixed with the King of Cups. The only way to know that your true power emotionally in your safety in relationships right now is to not be distracted in people that feel like that they can do all these great things when they're really a waste of time. It's like reminding myself of when I used to go to these red carpet events and I'd go there to see, is there a producer there? Is there a director to meet? Or is there somebody there? And I go there and I waste like 3 hours of my time and it was just a bunch of talk and nobody ever wanted to do anything and everybody I saw there never did anything. It was just a bunch of people talking and nobody actually doing. And so I think that this is going to be a moment for people to realize that the only place that is safe for you emotionally is with people and groups that actually relationships are connected to the people that are in the same space as you, that are truly doing something in the world. They're not just fucking around. One thing with the Three of Cups is people that are just messing around, getting really high and drunk and not doing anything else, because this card has to deal with people having a party. But when it's reversed, it's the negative aspects of a party. And then the other part is also if somebody might not be in that energy, but they don't know how to connect with people or don't know how to think about the world and are afraid of social situations and so forth. So you got to really think about your mission right now and see how that is affected by those situations. I'm going to pick one overall card for everything and a deep card from Spirit about these times. And we got the Page of Wands. There's good news coming to us all, positive news coming to us all, and we need to walk in our truth of our heart. And if we walk in our truth of our heart and we keep, no matter what the news says, no matter what all the information comes at us that feels negative, we need to remember that there's a Page of Wands that is walking our way with good news, and that's what God is telling us to pay attention to. There's distractions everywhere right now, and to only be connected to the life and to the power of the message that is coming from love, positivity, and happiness, because a lot of the energy that is going around is not true to that message. So, it's a lot. Wow, we got a good amount of people here in Spiritual Dance Music. I want to say thank you all very much for being here. We're about to do the prayer, and then we're going to go straight into the mix. I asked people, a lot of people watch the show just for this part, and then they peace out on the music. I'm here to tell you that it's the music that's the most important part of this. Whether this comes from old shamanic tribes or whatever, it's when the community is willing to let go. And part of this Chiron and Aries is about learning to let go of the identity. And one problem with music today is people only go to concerts because they know that artist and they know that song and they know the words to that song. But if they don't know the words to the song or they don't know the artist, they don't want to go. Why do you think all these festivals, when they got canceled, really hurt people? Because people that go to these festivals go to hear music they haven't heard before. And one part of shamanic energy, and especially in tribes, that keeps people in connection is you don't know where the drummer is going to go next. You don't know what's going to happen when you dance around the fire. And it's that allowing yourself to go with the rhythm and go with the flow and see where it takes you and go on the journey. Instead of going, well, when is Justin Timberlake going to sing this song next? I don't like this one. Do you think that that's in a vibe of true connection? I'm not going to say that going to stuff like that's bad, but I'm trying to say that it's these moments right now in life that we have to take moments if we're going to set intentions and learn how to break away from distractions, break away from things and learn to connect with each other, whether it's in the chat or whether it's in your own spirit right now, to listen to what God says as you dance and you flow with whatever is flowing and whatever is the rhythm, because that's how the planets work. If the planets are throwing up a bunch of craziness, you got to go with the craziness. If you're going to try and go against the planets, guess what? You're not in alignment. Right now, the planets are, the sun and the moon are playing Aries. So you got to be bold. You got to step forward. You got to define what's going to happen. And if you try to do the opposite of that or anything else, guess what? You're not in alignment. If the planets are playing jazz and you're wanting to play rock and roll, I'm sorry. The universe is playing, God's playing jazz. The more that you put your jazz shoes on and you start jazzing it up and it switches to rock and roll, then you can put on that rock jacket and start rock and rolling. That's how the universe works, and that's the mismatch that keeps going on this planet every day. Just a little insight. All right, let's go into the prayer here. But hold on, I got a crazy intro we're going to be doing on the show at the beginning, so I'm going to set that up before we go into this prayer. We literally do this show live. There is no high pitch noise. Hold on, I'm almost done. I'm finding this right now. Oh no, where is it? I got a lot of tracks for tonight too, let me tell you. All right, here we go. Still going? Well, I'll put on some music then, and we'll do the prayer with a little bit of music. That better? Well, it would be a power issue from going over a chord. Or it would be where it comes into the computer. It's going to be something around the computer that's got power over there, because it's not going to be from here. Let me hear it. All right, we're back, everyone. Here we go. We're going to do this prayer, and we're going to get this thing rolling. Dear God, and all those angels that are here right now that have been assigned moreover than ever, because I have felt more angel energy than I have felt in my life. I have seen more backup angels than ever during this time, that I know that you have sent them here, God, to connect with you deeper, but more importantly for us to know that we are 100% supported through this time. I ask you to reach out to every individual soul on this planet and remind them of the love that you are here, no matter what the cloaking of all the dark energy that is trying to scare people and make people in fear right now, to let them know that you are here and to let those angel calls be heard. I ask you, Lord, to step forward and show yourself into everybody's life and to remind them that there is nothing to be scared of, that this is a time to define the beauty that you are, the beauty that you have made all of us to come down here to do this beautiful work in this life, to bring a beautiful earth, a beautiful time, and a beautiful existence into this world. I ask for you to remove the doubts in everybody right now about this beautiful world that you've created. I ask you to remove the fears about people and thinking that this world is just over, that we know that you have come always in our lives to bring nothing but love into our world no matter what is going on. That yes, it feels like there are times right now that things are going into change and death and reoccurrence of a new beginning. That always happens. That transformational process is scary for many. And I ask you, Lord, to help people ease them through this and to also at the same time understand it is the power of new. It is the power of life that is in harmony with the power of change and death. And for you to help people understand that this is a big moment, that you are bringing an end to stories that were no longer serving our lives, that were no longer serving the collective itself, that were no longer serving the whole entire universe. And I ask for you to help people understand that this is something new. This is something beautiful. I know when you keep showing me this big curtain call and that we all got to it and then we all got distracted by the dark and you've been laughing and knowing that everybody's going to come back to their seat. Because we all know that the new show, that the new existence that you are bringing us in our lives right now is going to be the most beautiful existence we've ever seen. And I ask for you to help, whether it's those new angels you are bringing down, that extra support. And of course, I know it's always through you yourself that you are going to help people get back to these seats, back to the show that you are about to reveal your greatest love, your greatest work, your greatest change, your greatest new world that we are all going to be part of. I know that it's very difficult, Lord, because I know when I feel the pain of other people, when there's no need for that pain. And I ask for you to help people to spread that energy of your love to others, to spread your message far and wide, to let it be known to people, to show them that the sun still beams, the earth still here, the beautiful world that you've created still turns and is glowing with love and glowing with life. As a reminder that this place is not going down, as a reminder that our individual selves and this collective is not going down, but going higher than ever, stronger than ever, and brighter than ever than we've ever been in our whole entire existence, Lord. I know that you have had so many billions and even possibly trillions of people and souls that have come on this planet through all the generations, through all the centuries, through all the millenniums, that we don't understand even what. And we know that our ancestors and all the people have gone through major changes and major things that you have always been there for us. You have always got us through. And I ask for you at this moment to help get rid of all the people that are distracting people right now from remembering that are distracting them from stepping into their power of themselves, that are distracting the individual right now from remembering that connection to your divine. What? and I ask you to hopefully not cut out the transmission while I'm doing this right now. And I know you won't, Lord. I know in these times of peril for people that are out there, Lord, that you are comforting them, that you are right always within them, not just behind them, but within them, patting them on their shoulder, stepping into their heart and remembering the love that you gave them by giving them that birth of this reality, of this world, of this soul that they are. And I ask for you to really right now give that nudge, that laugh, that positivity back to people and ignite their hearts. I ask for the biggest start of a fire within everybody's hearts right now, Lord, that you can give people to reignite in their life, to step into their greatest self, to step into a place where they understand that there is nothing to fear, that we are only in a place in our minds and in our not soul, our distracted soul, that lives in fear. And we know that you don't present false illusions to us, that you only present love and light and beauty and greatness. But at the same time, we understand why you've created the other half of the dark, of the shadow, that helps us understand and see the light that much greater. And I ask for you to have people see that heads are the top of the coin and not tails. Instead of everybody believing in tails being the top and not heads, I'm asking for you to remember. Well, actually, I shouldn't be telling you, Lord, what to remember, but I'm asking for you to help people remember where north is in life, which is you, and where south is, which is a reflection to remind yourself and to remind everybody, right, where north really is. I love you, Lord. I thank you so much for giving me all the support always, the support of the collective, the support of those that are around me in my life, the support that you give me, most importantly, to step up for over a decade, to keep doing this work, to keep channeling your message, to keep channeling it. I thank you so much for the genealogy in my life. I thank you for connecting me with all my ancestors that have been the first reverends here in America since the Mayflower, that have been on the Mayflower, that have been the first reverends. And I know that it's been crazy, Lord, these last couple of years as I found the deeper roots of my bloodline that you connected me with as being a reverend, and bridging that with astrology has been a wild frontier. And I love you so much for it. I love you for the weirdo that you make me. And I ask for you to help everybody else to help them remind themselves that you made them weird in the most beautiful ways, and to them to accept that identity instead of trying to be in the distracting world of what things should look like, or how people should be, or how they should look, or what they should be aligned with, when they should only be aligned with that inner weirdo that you created. And that weirdo is the most beautiful thing that you've created within all of us, which is the vulnerability and the truth of ourself and the soul that we are. Thank you, Lord. I know that you have so much backup for us right now. I can feel all those angels. I can feel you more than ever. And more importantly, I know that as we move into this moment astrologically in these times, especially with Venus coming into the Pleiades, especially with the retrograde there, that I know that the light, that I know that the original Lumerians, that I know the Palladians are coming back and they are bringing their light back, and I know why you send them and why you have them here. And I'm so blessed and so lucky to have the insight that you show me every day, and the messages that you bring down to me, and that the understanding of your dynamic, beautiful clock of the divine and the cosmos that talk and speak to so many every day. I love you with all my heart. Amen. All right, people. If you never watched a show before, we're going to have a really good time, but you got to make sure that you get some good speakers on. I got to say, like watching, I know that phones today have really come up in speaker quality, but not like this. So definitely take the time, hook it up to a Bluetooth speaker or something. We're going to have a good one, and I would love to see you all in the chat room. Spread this video out as much as possible, because this is a time for us all to get together, for us all to put this energy out there, set that intention of that power that I just did through that prayer and on the cards and the astrology, and we'll see you on High Vibe TV. Remember, become a member. I got my Love School. Tomorrow is another day in Love Masterclass. You can join at theleoking.com or highvibe.tv. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for being here. We're going to have a good time. It's time to dance. It's time to have a good time. Follow the lead. There's so many amazing people that are always in this chat, that are always in this room, that'll guide you if you've never done this before. Don't go anywhere. Keep within us live. We're live here for you, and here late at night bringing this to you. This show takes a lot. I want to thank Craig so much for all the work that he does in helping make this show happen, because this is not an easy show. This has been 10 years in the making, and it's a lot of work that we do to even get you this show. And we do it for free, because it's all about the love that we want to bring you. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being a part of all this.
Exceptional. It takes courage to be wise. It's courage to be wise. It takes courage to be rich. It takes courage to be epic. It takes courage to be knowledgeable. It takes courage to be different. It takes courage to go where you've never gone before. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage to win. People don't talk about people that don't win. Don't talk about people that don't win. About people that don't win. If you win, they're gonna talk about you. I'm wondering if there's anybody left that's got the courage to say, after all I've been through, and all my ancestors have 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 been through.
I've done a lot in my life. It's been ups and downs. You know, like I've done big shows, I've done small shows. I've traveled so much. I've learned a lot along the way. And I've realized there's more to life. So I don't have no time. I don't even have a minute to waste. I feel like every second of my life now, I've got to find a way to keep motivating people before it's too late.
Whirlwinds of revolt will continue to shake the foundations of our nation until the bright day of justice emerges. But that is something that I must say to my people who stand on the warm threshold which leads into the palace of justice. In the process of gaining our rightful place, we must not be guilty of wrongful deeds. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. Even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
What the fuck? What the fuck? They what the fuck? 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 What the fuck?
wants a freak like that. I need a freak like that. I want a freak like that. Why can't I freak like that? She wants a freak like that. I need a freak like that. I want a freak like that. Why can't I freak like that? Why can't I? Why can't I? What? She wants a freak like that. I need a freak like that. I want a freak like that. Why can't I freak like that?
I just wanna sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down.
Music's getting to me, I just wanna sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down.
Inside out.
something to you? It takes courage to be exceptional. It takes courage to be wise. It takes courage to be rich. It takes courage to be educated. It takes courage to be knowledgeable. It takes courage to be knowledgeable. Courage to be knowledgeable. Be knowledgeable. Be knowledgeable. To be knowledgeable. It takes courage to be different. It takes to go where you've never gone before. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage to win. People don't talk about people that don't win. If you win, they're gonna talk about you. I'm wondering if there's anybody left that's got the courage to say, after all I've been through, and all my ancestors have been through, and all my parents have been through, I didn't go through all of that just to fit in with normalcy. I have the courage to go after my dream. Is there a woman left in this entire Coliseum that's got some courage?
Jack had a groove, and from this groove came the grooves of all grooves. And while one day Vicious was going down on the spots, Jack Rowland declared, let there be house, and house music. And house music was born. I am, you see, I am the creator, and this is my house. And in my house there is only house music. But I am not so selfish, because once you enter my house, it then becomes our house and our house music. And you see, no one man owns house, because house music is a universal. Music is a universal. Is a universal language spoken, understood by all.
3PO Hello, sir. I am C3PO Human Cyborg Relations.
Yeah.
This is Detroit 3 a.m.
Here's the plan. We get the warhead and we hold the world ransom for $1 million. $1 million. $1 million.
Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My poor little children one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
away the pain. Baby, I'm the cure and you'll never be the same. 'Cause I will love you better. La 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 la, love you better. La 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 la, love you better. La 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 la, love you better. 'Cause I will 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 love you better. When all you wanna do is hit restart. With every step you take, it gets harder. But I can hear the sound of your heart. It still beats, it still beats. 'Cause I will love you better. Heal you with my touch. Promise in the morning you'll forget how much it hurts. I will love you better. Take away the pain. Baby, I'm the cure and you'll never be the same. 'Cause I will love you better. Heal you with my touch. Promise in the morning you'll forget how much it hurts. I will love you better. Take away the pain. Baby, I'm the cure and you'll never be the same. 'Cause I will love you better. 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 'Cause I will love you better.
Come on, dance with
House music all night long.
I see. I see.
Then it goes a little something like.
I see you, you see me. 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 Come on over, talk to me. I like you, you like me. Come on over, dance with me. I see you, you see me. Come on over, talk to me. I like you, you like me. Come on over, dance with me. I see you, you see 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 me.
Break.
House music all night long.
I see you, you see me. Come on over, talk to me. I like you, you like me. Come on over, dance with me. Come on over, dance with me.
time you go up in the air, you're unsafe. I don't like you because you're dangerous. You're everyone's problem. That's because every time you go up in the air, you're unsafe. I don't like you because you're dangerous.
The mistress of all evil.
Oh boy, there's gotta be more to it. Just tell me that I'll hold you in my arms again, 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 again. How can that you do this? I don't know if I'm ever gonna be the same. Oh boy, there's gotta be more to it. Just tell me that I'll hold you in my arms again.
Down to the underground.
It's not enough. And if you believe in me, don't think my life's not for real. I won't take nothing less than a deeper love. Let me tell you, you know I need a miracle. I need a miracle. It's more physical than what I need to feel from you. And let me tell you, you know I need a miracle. It's more physical than what I need to gather through. I push, 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 push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push, 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 push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push, 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 push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push, 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 push. When I push, I feel good. I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. I feel good. When I push, I feel good. I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. I feel good. When I push, I feel good. I feel good. When I pull, I feel good.
injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, 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 be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My 4 little children the color of their skin, but by the content of their character, 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 content of that character. I have a dream today.